This is the cardboard box that the plants came in, and from Bangkok. It's a thick, heavy cardboard, and it did not have lining, but as I said, everything was wrapped in paper. So I just wanted to show you that. Dragon Courier is fantastic. I did not have to go to CFIA and get a import permit and list all the plants I'm going to buy. They use their import plant permit to bring the plants in. So I didn't have to do any of that, didn't have to pay for it. And I'm very impressed with the service. So I will, if ordering from Asia again, I will absolutely ask for Dragon Courier, no question. And the order was only placed like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago, and the plants are already here. So they were very fast. The plants are smaller than, let's say, my Indonesia order, but that my next Indonesia order, the plants could very well be smaller. The roots were wrapped in a combination of sphagnum moss and perlite, so I can certainly save this to reuse it. I actually prefer not to have them wrapped in that, simply because it sticks to the roots, and then when you pull, I'm very reluctant to pull it off because I'm afraid it could destroy the roots. So okay, so this is the Macrophylla albo, and you can see the leaves here look quite excellent, looking very good. I'm trying to get good focus here, and coming down, there's the roots. And so that's fairly significant roots, considering that the plant is small. You can see, well, comparing it to my hand, that it is somewhat small. So that's that one. Here's the squamiforum, and with the lovely, I call it hairy legs, and it's got excellent roots there. They all look good. And here's the leaves. Like I said, I think they're a little bit dehydrated. The sphagnum moss is not damp. It is like when you touch it, you can feel moisture, but it's not dripping, which is fine because these roots were shipped so quickly. The plants were shipped so quickly that that shouldn't be an issue at all. Here's the Florida Ghost. So that's the roots for that one. And of course, again, there's the leaves. That one has a little bit of brown spotting on it, but no problem. You have to know that some of these plants, the stress of travel could cause leaf drop. But the number one lesson I learned when I took up gardening is that the life is in the root of a plant, not in the leaves. So just think about the roots and focus on the roots. So this forgetii, very little roots there. So we'll see how this little one does. I didn't want to yank on that sphagnum that's there because there might be some very fine roots under it. So so I'm going to go with that one, see how it goes. It does look, I would say, the most wilted out of the entire shipment. And this one is the Hoya Australia elbow, and the leaves are looking very nice and thick, and then it's got decent roots. So there that is. Okay, so that's that one. And oh, I forgot this one, the Hoya Crinkle. Sorry about that. And I think that's everybody. This Hoya Crinkle has tape and looks like coconut husk. So I think that structure is probably pretty delicate. So I'm not at this time gonna yank that off. I'm a little reluctant to yank that off. So, but the leaves look pretty decent. Let's see if we can get good focus here. There, it's beautiful. Okay, so I will do an update on how these plants are doing after 2 weeks. I do have one of those mini 4-shelf mini greenhouses that you can get from Walmart, Canadian Tire, Amazon. They cost anywhere between $40 and $60 depending on who you're getting it from. I find Canadian Tire is the best price, and so they'll be inside the plastic greenhouse in my house, and under some grow lights. So that's how they'll be kept once I pot them up. So I'm planning on just putting them in water, warm water, rainwater actually, for that I've collected for a couple days first, and then I'll pot them up into a mixture of soil. I can't think right now what I use, but pretty much what everybody else uses, so that it has well draining soil. Here I have my propagation station, so I warmed up the rainwater. It has a little algae in it because the tub I have outside had sun shining on it, and I used that water for other plants, and there's been no problem with it whatsoever. And so taking note of the water levels, because they will go down really fast because these plants are thirsty. I just stuck paper because I didn't want the leaf to slide into the water, because of course leaves and water don't do well. There's two in here and they're kind of holding each other up, so I'll keep an eye on that. And then behind is the little pitcher of water with the squama, I don't have it written in front of me, squamiflorium, and the Florida Ghost. So I'll be keeping an eye on the water levels and how even just the leaves right now, and then like I found before, 2 hours later I would come back and just the leaves would totally perk up. So that'll be interesting to see. I'll take some pictures of the leaves so I can do comparison. It's been 2 weeks approximately since these plants came in. And so I did the rainwater for 2 or 3 days, and then I've put them into pots. I like to use these net pots here so that the plants can breathe, and then I do bottom watering. I haven't yet put them into the greenhouse that I have, the mini greenhouse. Maybe you can see it over there against the wall there, the 4-shelf mini greenhouse, because I thought it was doing okay here. I could monitor it easier, but maybe not. So this is the Florida Ghost, and I certainly noticed how floppy the leaves were when I first unwrapped them, and then within a few hours of being in the rainwater, they certainly perked up quite a bit, and the leaves now feel firm and more turgid than they did before. So they look pretty good. I don't think I might lose this one, and then this one over here. They're all looking pretty good to me. Now the Crinkle 8, I lost one of the leaves. It had literally no roots. This one originally had the piece of tape on it, and it was taped to a piece of coconut husk. And when I just set the whole thing in water, and of course the tape fell off, and it ended up, there was no roots really on it. And so the one leaf yellowed, and so I have put it here in with this one just because it's close and I can keep an eye on it. I'm not going to pull it out or touch it in any way because I don't want to disturb it. And the elbow is over here, and it's doing not too bad. The one smaller leaf has some yellowing on it. It did have some decent roots, so it should be all right. So I think I might be losing that one smaller leaf. And I gotta find the next one. I got so many plants here, it's hard to keep track. Oh, the forgetti-eye. Okay, it was the most floppy looking, and it's still looking a little floppy. I decided, since it had very few roots, I'm going with leca. You can see that one small leaf did die, which it was already yellowed. I have been misting it as well, and I actually have my modem that is warm, and I set plants next to it, and so that's why it's kind of at the back, because the modem kind of warms it up a little bit, which is probably helpful for it. So one sec, I'll put that back. And this is the squamiforum over here, and it's looking really nice. And there it has the lovely hairy stems. And all the leaves on this one are looking, that one's a little bit bent, but otherwise they're looking nice and green. They're getting light from the source here on the left as well as on the right. So it's in a great position to get good light. And then there looks like a new growth coming out there, a new leaf. And now I have to scramble to think what else I had. Oh, the oh God, the name. Sorry, I'm sorry. Terrible memory. So this is it here. It had decent roots, and it's looking not too bad. Microphilia? I have to look it up. If I have it right in front of me, of course, I can do it well, but... And I think that is all the plants that I had. So they need watering, I can tell just from touching that. I use a lot of perlite and potting, a little bit of potting soil, African violet mix or cactus mix, and also I kind of buy all the different mixes that drain well and sort of throw them all together, and with tons of perlite's kind of the recipe I use. So that's that. So this is kind of my little jungle area right here. Yeah, I got a ton of plants. And I need to do some shelving to have it a little better organized than it is right now. So that's how they're doing so far. I'll only come back now if I have a problem to report on. So I'm quite pleased with this cellar, and I would absolutely buy again. The plants were decent size. The smaller plants that were less money were also a low price. Like I think it was like $8. $8 for the macrophilia over there. Was the price. So the price was really reasonable. If you have any questions, you can post them and I'll do my best to answer. Thanks very much.